Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm George Theodore at Theo's Thoughts, and today we're going to be talking about the power of having your own why. I'll be sharing my own why in this video today, and I really think that understanding what someone's why is, what their purpose is really the key to truly knowing someone. So as I've previously said, I am someone who has existential anxiety, which leads me to questioning the purpose of life a lot. But of course, there is no clearly defined objective rather than subjective purpose of life. In reality, the only objective, clearly defined purpose to life would be survival. Even then, there's not really an answer to what the purpose of surviving is. Because of our cognition, we are capable of pondering what the purpose of life is, and that is the root of many people's existential anxieties. That's definitely the root of my own existential anxiety. But it can lead to stress for people that don't exactly suffer with existential anxiety. Most people ponder the meaning of life and question it, and not having an answer can be terrifying. Because of a lack of a clearly defined purpose, humans are capable of ascribing their own meaning to life. So once I accepted there is no clear definition, and I needed some sort of purpose to help me manage my own existential anxiety, I was able to take a step back and appreciate that nothing is guaranteed in this life. We're here as the result of many things that have happened coincidentally in our human history and in the history of the universe. Knowing this and bearing this in mind has really allowed me to take a step back and appreciate life for what it really is. We're not guaranteed to be here, we're not entitled to be here. It's actually a miracle that we are here. And I don't believe that it's the work of an intelligent designer. I do appreciate that some people believe in God and believe in an intelligent designer, and that helps them with the purpose of life, because God would be the one who ascribes the meaning of life, the purpose of life for many people. So if you reject religion, you reject the belief in God, of course that leaves you in limbo. But from what I've previously discussed in finding your own purpose, finding your own meaning, and taking a step back and appreciating the world for what it really is, that in itself can lead to having a fascination of what life is all about. You don't need to believe in a supernatural being to be fascinated by life. So of course, not believing in a religion, not believing in God, left me without a purpose, without a philosophy that I could live by. But I was able to settle on my own philosophy, my own principles that I live by, that guide my beliefs and guide my behaviours day to day. This philosophy, these principles help me to manage in what is a meaningless world. The thought of having your own why and how powerful it can be started with this book here by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. It was in this book where I first learned about the power of having your own why and how it can motivate you to get out of really any difficult situation that you're in. If you know what your why is, you can use that to channel your energy, to motivate you to get to where you want to be. So if you want a good place to start about figuring out the power of having your own why, that book is definitely a good place to go. So from that, I'm going to talk about what my why is, what my philosophy is, and the principles that I live by. The reason it's so important for me to share my why, to share my philosophy, is so that people can understand why I am the way I am, why I behave the way I do, and why I believe the things that I do as well. So I believe the purpose of life is for each individual to be the best they can possibly be. But not only that, also to help others be the best they can possibly be too. I honestly think the culture that we should all live in would be one that aims to get the most out of each and every person. I believe that each individual has so much to offer, not only for the benefit of themselves, but for the benefit of others too. Now, this is not to make it seem like I'm a saint or I'm a true altruist. If everybody was trying to be the best they could be, we would all be able to benefit. My mission in life is to help as many people as possible to fulfill their potential, to overcome these perceived barriers and hurdles that stop them from being the best that they can be. The way I see it, we've only got one shot at life, we've only got one chance. So we owe it to ourselves to see what we are capable of, to see what we can get from this life, to see how much we can offer other people throughout our lifetime, to try and live the best possible version of our own lives that we possibly can. Now, this doesn't mean in your pursuit of success that you behave detrimentally to others or the environment. I don't see success as zero sum. Now, some people might not think that's possible. There's some people out there that would label others as categorically lazy or unmotivated. And of course, there's the argument from the natural side, from the human evolution side, survival of the fittest. Those who are lazy, those who slack off will lose. And these people should be left to the side because they're not contributing to society. However, I disagree with that. I'm of a mind to understand why people are the way they are. Why would someone be behaving in a lazy or an unmotivated manner? People shouldn't be discarded or seen as outcasts just because they're not performing to the level that we would deem as acceptable or successful. There has to be a reason that someone is behaving in a lazy manner or is underperforming. I do realise we have the free rider problem in society, and we've had that throughout our evolutionary history, but I still want to understand why people behave in that manner. And I would argue that the majority of people that are deemed as lazy, are unmotivated, are people who lack their own purpose, who lack an understanding of their own why, the thing that motivates them each and every day. I also understand that there's certain functions in society that people have to do. There are certain things that have to be done. They're not the most glamorous things, but they need to be done to help society function. However, I still think that people having their own purpose will allow us to complete tasks that need to be done to help society function, but also give us time to do other things that we truly care about, that motivates us to do the things that we have to do, the responsibilities that we have to have, but also allows us to feel fulfilled in the other things that we truly enjoy doing. And sometimes it's clear what a person is doing just does not suit them. It is not right for them, and the type of work that they're doing just does not sit well with them. Their skills and their experiences are probably way better suited to something else entirely. So someone who knows their purpose, someone who knows their values, who knows their goals, will be able to find things that brings them meaning, that brings them fulfillment. And I feel like those who are aware of their values, are aware of their goals, and are aware of their purpose are likely to lead happier, more motivated and more fulfilling lives compared to those who do not have any purpose. And that's my main goal. That's one of my life's missions, is to work with people to help them discover what is their why, what is their purpose, the thing that can allow them to achieve what they want to achieve in their life. Now, it's not something that you can just discover immediately. I'm not trying to say that everybody should just try and figure it out what it is today. I simply want to get people thinking about the power of having their own why, to at least get the conversation going and to at least get people to self-reflect. This is something that I will cover throughout my videos on this channel, but just as a little side note, to figure out what your purpose is and figure out what your why is, you have to try things that you think you're interested in. A lot of people, they have a few interests, but they're hesitant to try for many reasons. But for me, if you don't try things that you're interested in and you don't give them all of your effort, you're never going to be able to find out what is your purpose, what is your why, what is going to motivate you each and every day. This does not mean you have to pick one thing and then become completely obsessed with it and do nothing else entirely for the next few months. All I'm saying is, if you do have an interest and it's something that you want to explore, when you are doing that thing, give it all of your effort. How many times have we got involved in something new, like a new hobby that we've picked up, and because we wasn't immediately good at it, we gave up? That is what is stopping you from finding your own why, for finding your own purpose. Whilst it would be amazing just to fall into the thing that is exactly right for you, that is not how life works. It's way more complicated than that. There's so much out there for you to try, which means there's plenty of opportunity to find out your purpose, to find out your why. So what I would say is, whatever you do, give it your best shot. Give it 100%, because you never know what you'll be able to gain from it. And you might surprise yourself. Your purpose, your why, your main motivation might be something that is completely different to what you expect, but it's the thing that gives you the most fulfillment. And if you are someone who is already aware of your own why, already aware of your own purpose, then that's fantastic. I'd love to hear what you think your purpose is, what you think your why is, and what motivates you each and every day. So feel free to share in the comments below. So I spoke a little bit about what my philosophy is today, but in upcoming videos, I'm going to talk more about the principles that I live by each day and how they've helped me to work on my why each and every day, and have helped me to be productive despite my existential anxiety. So stay tuned, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.